All right, there we go. Now people can hear me. We're back with another episode of Green White Checkered Podcast. We're here at Darlington tonight, DP. You're going to be in race control. It's going to be a wild race. Hopefully it gives us some green flag runs, but that track is really, really tough. So what are your thoughts about it and what you're going to be looking for tonight up there in race control?
Yeah, I'm really excited about being up in race control, watching these guys have to sweat it out. Darlington is a super tough track. One of the reasons is, Ryan, because it's so narrow. And so we ran the trucks Saturday night. That was a really good race, a surprisingly really good race. I was very happy about that. But these Cup cars are a lot slicker than them trucks are. Those guys are going to be slipping and sliding and trying to keep it just right, because if you mess up a little bit, there's not a whole lot of track for you to make up that ground. So it's going to be a pretty fun race. I'm excited for it to start.
Absolutely. So practice will start in about 30 minutes. So we're going to kind of speed through some of these results so we can get to talking to some of our guests here tonight. Of course, Leading Edge Pro Series continues this week. They ran the Xfinity cars at Road America last week, and that was it was a fun race, DP. It was short and sweet, and man, it was a lot of fun to call. They'll be back in the Cup cars this Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at New Hampshire, the first race of the playoffs there. So that should be a good one to call, as always. What you expect there at New Hampshire, that's a tough track there.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it Wednesday night. These guys, if there's an availability for too wide racing, it just seems like they have a knack for making it too wide. New Hampshire is a flat track, but it's definitely a track that has more than one lane. So expect a lot of really good racing. But of course, these cars are going to get really loose on exit, and so that could make things really interesting if they're packed up, like we've seen those guys be all season.
Absolutely. So make sure you tune in to this channel, Arcs Racing Networks, on Twitch, also Facebook and YouTube for that race on Wednesday night. So we'll go straight into this past week's results. Obviously, the Arcs Truck Series has a series on Heat 5 and iRacing. So Term V was your winner for the NASCAR Heat side of things, and Jacket won at Darlington Saturday night. So first we'll go with the Heat 5 series. We actually have Term V here with us. Term, it's your first win of the year, first win in ARCS. Tell us about your race and what it meant to get that win.
It was good, man. I had fun. It's always fun racing in ARCS. This league is one of my favorite leagues I've been in so far. But Tuesday night, it was some good racing between me and Crotum. I thought he was going to get me there at the end, but I just held my line and blocked him as much as I could where he couldn't get around me or get a run. I had fun the whole night. The truck was really good the whole night too. But other than that, my first ARCS win was awesome, dude. It was at the home track. I had a blast that night. It was something special.
Yeah, trust me, I know a little bit about winning at your home track. I pulled one out of my hat Thursday night, so man, it was a great race, and congrats to you for your first ARCS win. I'm sure it's not the last time we'll be talking about you in Victory Lane, but we'll see you again Tuesday night, hopefully, at Dover.
We might can make something happen.
Yeah, he'll see what he can do. DP, I'll let you talk a little about the iRacing trucks. We also have our first ever ARCS iRacing trucks champion with us. I'll let you talk to him and kind of talk about that race, as I unfortunately could not make it. So I'll let you take this one away, DP.
Yeah, some really exciting racing that we've been seeing on the iRacing side. Of course, Jacket with that big win. And that was a tough one a little bit too because we only had one caution the entire race. And so the rest of the race, and it was a really quick caution at the beginning, and then the rest of the race went all the way green. Jacket led almost every lap in total dominating form. He's going to take over and win at Darlington. But of course, like you said, Darlington, we had two winners in the truck series. Of course, Jacket with that huge win, and Stitch with the first championship. And of course, since that champion was crowned before the Cup Series champion, Stitch, I would like to congratulate you on being the first ever ARCS iRacing champion. It's got to feel great, buddy.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll get you my address for that plaque that you got to send me, right? But no, you know what? Obviously, I'm new to ARCS as well, and definitely love running with you guys. It's a lot of fun, and to be able to pull off a championship run there was pretty cool. I don't even remember what I did all season. I know I came out and won the first race, and then I was always at the front. Unfortunately, Saturday night I had some iRacing issues, so I lagged out about 20, 25 laps in. By the time I got loaded back in, I was about 6 laps down, and I knew I had the championship already. So there was no point to get out there and possibly be in the way and everything. It was a good race, as you were there. But now I got my sights set on the Cup season for season 2. We got some road course racing, so I need to use that to my advantage and try to track that Cody guy down.
Yeah, and I kind of wanted to talk to you a bit about that too, as you make that transition. Of course, you're going to be running tonight in the Cup Series. You've ran pretty much all season in the Cup Series, but next season, that's going to be big for you to kind of get out rolling. And with all the road courses on the schedule, when we posted the schedule this afternoon, somebody said, "Holy road course!" That's got to be really exciting for you. What do you think your chances are against these guys on these road courses?
Well, I guess we'll see. Obviously, as you know, I don't know if everybody else out there does, but we're going to be running the next gen car. So that also kind of will help our playing field be a little more level, because it's something that none of us really have any time on. It just came out, So it's going to be a learning curve for everybody. Me, obviously, with being an IndyCar guy and road course guy. So I might have a standard to try to uphold here for season 2. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Like you said, I've been in. I don't think I've missed any Cup races. I think I'm sitting 6th in points in Cup right now. But I had a few iRacing issues at the beginning of the season, and I got dumped on one of the races, so could have done better. But season 2 is definitely going to be interesting with the new car, with running four road course races out of 10. Will definitely be something to see how this is going to go. But, we got a good bunch running in these leagues, and, we put time in, everybody does, and everybody helps each other out. So I think we're going to be able to be putting on a good show. And if I'm correct, you're going to be the one actually broadcasting those races for us starting in season 2 too, aren't you?
Actually, we could go ahead and break the news now. There's been some developments, and we're very happy to say that Rick James will be broadcasting season 2 of Monday Night Lightning over on Rick James TV 1. So I'll be in race control tonight, and I will be in race control all season next season as well. And so, we're making moves and things are happening. Stitch, you made a big move in the trucks, and we are looking forward to seeing you in the Cup Series next year too.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, DP.
Hey, buddy, appreciate you. Ryan?
Yes, sir. We'll move over to Xfinity real quick. We did not have a podcast last week. I had some internet issues after a big storm rolled through. Actually made me miss the Kansas race, which I'm still unhappy about. But the Xfinity series, Nifty Agenda, has actually now won 2 in a row after winning at Kansas and then also won Friday night at Darlington. So Nifty Agenda is on a roll in that number 22 car in the Xfinity series. He is also your current points leader with our good buddy Term in second there in the points. So Term V trying to fight for him a championship in ARCS. So that was a really good race, pretty clean from what I watched on the stream. DP, you got any thoughts about the Xfinity race for the past couple weeks?
Yeah, Nifty proven why he's the car to beat in the Xfinity Series. These guys come in the Xfinity Series and they know that Nifty's one of those guys that they have to beat. Very short field, usually very clean races in the Xfinity Series. And so kind of like Darlington in the Trucks with Jacket, you make a mistake in these races and there's really not a lot of time to catch up. And so good job to him. Winning one is hard. Winning two in a row is dynamite, and especially in the midst of the playoffs, that's big for him.
Absolutely. All right, so we'll move on to Thursday night, and man, I finally got one, DP. It took me 5 months, but finally got a win at Atlanta. You were right there. You finished second. Lurkin finished in third. We'll have a word with Lurkin here in just a minute when we get to the Monday Night Lightning section. But it was a really good race. We did have a few cautions, but overall, it was a fight for the bottom, DP. That's all it was. And luckily, the 12 car made it across the line first.
Yeah, man, that was a really, really fun race, especially coming down to those closing laps. I wasn't quite sure what Lurkin was going to do. He was unable to get around you and make the pass, and so he did get tight at the end, right off the corner, coming to the checkered flag, and I was able to get underneath of him, and we finished 1-2, which is really cool. But I would have rather won that race. I did not. Congrats to you, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, you actually won the A Squared Cup race at Atlanta, so I know you were trying to sweep the Atlanta races, but just one position short. Still not a bad finish, pretty good points day, and really good points day for me. I've been struggling in TNT, so thank goodness I have claimed A Squared as my primary points earnings. Speaking of that, move over to A Squared Cup Racing. We were at Darlington last night. It felt like a 3.5 hour race, even though I know it clearly was not, but let's see if we can get Lurkin. Lurkin, you got a copy?
What's up?
Man, tell us about your race at Darlington. You started off a little slow, but then you won stage 2 and then took it home at the end. Tell us about your race. And overall, it was a pretty clean race, but we definitely had some beating and banging out there.
Yeah, Darlington is, it's one of the most formidable tracks on the schedule. So I had some tough goings early in the race. I qualified pretty bad. I got in the heat races not that well, and was kind of in the middle in the back, and had some couple unlucky things happen, which it happens. But it's like Darlington's one of the faster tracks where you got to think of it like Martinsville or Bristol in terms of like you can't get something might happen, but you can't hang on to it the whole race because it's a long race and people are going to make mistakes. So I just hung in there and tried to just more run my own race, really. It's just such a hectic track.
Yeah, it is very hectic. I learned the hard way as I was running in 7th, and on the last turn, something happened. Don't know what, but I ended up finishing 14th. So we'll blame it on the servers. How about that? That sounds good, DP, doesn't it?
Absolutely. When in doubt, it's the internet's fault.
Exactly. And while we have Lurkin still fresh on the horn, we got to swap over to Monday Night Lightning. Of course, tonight we will be running at Darlington. You can catch the action on ARC's. Oh, nope, that is not right. Catch the action on Rebels Racing Network. We're going to have a lot of throwback cars in the field tonight, so it's going to be really fun to watch all those cars go around this track. But Lurkin, you did it. One of the OG Xbox NASCAR Heat guys. You got you a win at Kansas. You and Cody were side by side coming to the line. What a finish. Tell us about how you felt. I know I feel good just finishing in the top 5, so I know you had to be just over the top excited.
Oh, yeah, I was really happy, especially given my previous races on Monday Night Lightning iRacing. They were pretty bad at Richmond there. I downshifted accidentally instead of upshifted in front of the field kind of at Richmond, wrecked a lot of people. That was bad. And then Talladega, bad. Martinsville bad. So just I felt like I had no freedom at these tracks. It was a little tough to pass. I mean, obviously Talladega is not tough to pass, but it's you don't control your own destiny almost. And it was nice to get to a bigger 1.5 style track where I can be able to run my own line things. And I found the bottom, and didn't practice that really, and somehow it worked for me. And I was just found myself there at the end, and Cody is unbelievable. So that was really difficult, but man, iRacing is fun.
Yes, it is. DP, tell us about what you saw up from Race Control last Monday from Kansas.
These guys continue to have clean races, and that really makes our job easy. It's really hard sometimes not to just kind of get sucked into the racing a little bit, because you almost start to trust these guys. They're really working hard. The admins are putting in the work to make sure that the drivers have enough practice, and they come in these races prepared. And it's really starting to show, Ryan. The product is amping up, and it's getting better and better every week. And I love to see how this thing is just growing from a little concept and a thought of an idea into what it has become. It's just a really, really beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, and we couldn't do it without yourself, Elliot, Cody, Tommy, Jacket, Lurkin, all those guys that put in a lot of work to make everything on the iRacing side of things turn smoothly. And like we said, tonight will be the season finale for Season 1, so we are going to crown a champion tonight here at Darlington. Cody obviously is right there. You got Trey Kirk that's up there, so it's still a tight points battle. It's not over yet until this checkered flag tonight, so make sure you tune in. It's going to be awesome. You're going to see a lot of really cool paint schemes, some painted by hand by our users. The 12 car, I know I painted that myself. Took a lot of time. There's a couple other guys I think that have put a lot of work in their paint scheme, so it's going to be a really good show, DP. I cannot wait.
Yeah, getting excited, and always with these podcasts right before these races, it's really easy to get pumped up, and that's one of the cool things about Green White Checkered Podcast every Monday night right before Monday Night Lightning. And of course, like you said, you can catch that on Rebels Racing Networks tonight at 8 o'clock, I believe.
Yep, 8 p.m.
Something like that.
Yeah, they go live around 8 p.m. for qualifying, so it's going to be a great show. Make sure you tune in, follow them, subscribe to their YouTube channel. I do believe they stream on Facebook as well, but definitely give that a watch tonight. It's going to be extremely intense. We will fly through here real quick. ARC's trucks on the NASCAR Heat side will be at Dover. The Xfinity cars also will be at Dover. Thursday Night Thunder will be at Phoenix, and then A Squared Cup Racing at Dover as well. Obviously, Saturday Night Trucks and Monday Night Lightning, they will be taking a 2-week break in between seasons, kind of let the drivers practice a little bit, take a break, spend some time with their families, and we'll be right back at it in 3 weeks' time at Charlotte. Will be our first race. So, DP, I know that's one of your favorite tracks. So I'm betting I'll see that 4 truck out there leading some laps when we get back going for Season 2.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the Truck Series next season. Of course, I know that a lot of you guys are getting amped up for Monday Night Lightning Season 2 as well. You guys are going to be running next-gen cars. How exciting is that? There's a lot of unknowns with the road course cars and how that's going to work out, and if we're going to get an update. So there's just all kinds of things, all kinds of storylines that are coming out of this season into next season. It's very, very exciting to be a part of what's going on right now.
Yeah, me and road courses do not get along, so I'm hoping just to come home in one piece in those road course races, so we will see what happens. We'll run through really quick this week in NASCAR. All 3 series were running at Darlington. Justin Allgaier got the win in the Xfinity Series. Sheldon Creed in the trucks, and Martin Truex Jr. just dominated on Sunday to get his win at Darlington for Throwback Weekend. A lot of good racing. Some pretty hard wrecks on Sunday, and probably one of the worst wrecks I've seen in the Truck Series. DP, I know you said you didn't watch it, but man, two of the Kyle Busch trucks got together running first and second, and I swear I think they wrecked 20, 30 trucks in that crash. So just some incredible racing. And the real guys will be at Dover this week as well, so we'll give you all an update next week on that. DP, you got anything on? I know you said you didn't watch the Xfinity or trucks, but I know you always do a great job of putting up a watch party for all of our members for Sunday. How did that go?
Yeah, man, we thought it was going to be a race, and then it wasn't a race, and then we thought it was going to be a race again, and then of course Martin Truex Jr. What another win for him. That's going to be 3 for him, 1 for everybody else. So things are amping up. Thought Kyle Larson was going to catch him there for a second, but then he kind of just fell off. But yeah, love watching those races. Really excited for the next gen car on that side too. And once again, we've been talking about this all season long in Green White Checker Podcast about the summer, and the summer's coming up in NASCAR. Guys trying to get in. I think it's going to amp up a little bit more. So it's just a really good time to be a NASCAR fan. Absolutely, for sure.
Yes, it is. It's never a bad time to be a NASCAR fan, in my opinion, but definitely here in the summer months, everyone trying to do everything they can to get in the playoffs. It's been really fun to watch those guys just battle extremely hard to try and make up any spots that they can. All right, we're going to move on to the meme of the week. This one, again, comes from our good buddy Stitch. You see there, 15-year-old me getting my ass kicked at NASCAR Heat 3. I don't think I was 15, DP, when I played NASCAR Heat 3. I think I was a few years older than that. But the second one is definitely me. Not 35 yet, but I'm getting close. And man, do I get my ass kicked at iRacing all the time.
Yeah, no doubt. This is exactly kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
It was way back in the day, and you just could not figure out, as you know, an 7, 8, 9-year-old kid, how to even beat the computer. And now some of us are still trying to beat the computer, and so it's just totally right on.
Yep. All right. Well, I know that you have we have kind of a new segment that is your idea, DP. So I will let you take it away. We got our good buddy D-Bucks in here with us. Hopefully he's still here, didn't fall asleep during the
I'm here.
Oh, he's here. Okay, good. DP, I'll let you take it away, buddy. Tell us about the new segment and kind of what we're doing, and we will continue it down the road.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this, and I'll try to explain this really quickly so we can give D-Bucks as much time as we can. But came up with an idea of kind of like a human interest story, and I know that I was talking to somebody, and I was like, hey, man, how'd you get started? And you can almost hear the smile on his face when you ask somebody how they got started in sim racing and how that kind of started. And so starting with D-Bucks tonight, he's going to kind of tell us his origins of sim racing story. And this is the first of many to come. And so I'm really excited about this. D-Bucks, you're with us, buddy.
Thanks, guys. It's kind of crazy. I'm probably one of the older guys in the group. I think my first ever game was actually pole position on Atari in 1984. But sim racing wise, my first ever sim race, crazy as it sounds, was on PC. NASCAR 2004 and 2001. I played it sparingly with my computer. It was my parents' computer. Then I moved out, of course, got married, and got into it again, I guess somewhere around 2004 on the I guess it was Xbox 360, or no, not 360. Yeah, I say Xbox 360, I guess, and was playing it there, and met this young guy named NASCAR. It was Tommy NASCAR, which is actually our very own COT Tommy, back in somewhere around 2004, 2006. And we played hard for a couple of years. He went to college. I got into spotting racing and started just doing that more and more, and didn't really have time. And then, sure enough, we got back into it about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. I got into it a little bit. Still didn't like it because I was using a controller. Finally got a wheel. And then I started texting Tommy saying, dude, you need to get back into it. So I drug him back into it again.
Yeah, that's incredible. Tommy, a big part of ARCS. And so, yeah, D-Bucks, that's incredible to think that you met one of us way back then. And kind of one of the other things is that you took a break. So you kind of was a video game player as a kid, right? But then as you became an adult, you're like, hey, I want to race. This is a lot of fun. And it's kind of cool how these kinds of things have kind of shifted from a kid playing video games to an adult kind of being serious about, this is what I want to do as my hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. And, with COVID hitting, it kind of, there was really a big void of racing for me. Like I said, normally going to the short track every Saturday night and spotting, didn't have that opportunity to spot, pretty much. I got a few races in last year here and there, but not every Saturday night. And just, it was cool to find a group to race with. I bought I think it was NASCAR Heat 2, or maybe it was 2. And I did not like it. I played it for 5 minutes and didn't really like it. Of course, I was using a controller. I was never good racing with the controller. I had wheels back in the day, back when I used to do the Xbox stuff, but I also used the controller. And then just got back into 4, skipped 3, got back into 4, and just from there it went running, and it's pretty awesome now. Got iRacing. I think I got y'all all into iRacing. I was the first one to jump on board with that, so that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, no doubt. So a couple last questions. Favorite NASCAR game?
It's crazy as it sounds. There was a PC game called NASCAR Legends, and it featured my home track, Bowman Gray, and you ran, I think a 1960s or 70s car. They actually use that game today. They put modifieds on it. It's kind of, you had to have a disk drive for it to work. I have that game still. I still have all my NASCAR computer games. They're in a box in storage still. It's crazy as it sounds, but one day maybe I'll get a CD drive and be able to play them again.
Well, yeah, that's an incredible story. D-Bucks, we've been racing together for about a year. And I imagined as we did these podcasts, we did these segments, that I get to learn a little bit more from other drivers. It seems like that was the same tonight. So anything else you want to add?
Like I said, just fun. I'm glad I got my buddy Tommy back into it. I know he's probably thinking my wallet's, a lot lighter now, but good to get back with him. We've been going back and forth, even though we had breaks in between running on computers. We still have a passion for modifieds, and we would text back and forth all these years. I've been up to his place. He's been down here, to watch races. So just glad to be racing with him, and then meeting all you guys as well.
Well, thank you so much again, D-Bucks, for bringing us that story. And an incredible thing to hear that. And I appreciate it and hope you come back soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Well, we appreciate it. Ryan, you're up, buddy.
Yes, sir. And maybe we can get Elliot on here next week and talk about his adventure into iRacing. He actually used to run with us back when we were still running Heat 4. And I guess we were just so bad that he just decided, I am getting off this. This is ridiculous. And he got iRacing not long after. And we have not seen much of him until we finally, I don't know what started at DP, but I know D-Bucks was pressuring everybody, and Elliot was pressuring me, Cody was pressuring me, and it seemed like
I was about to say D-Bucks had it. D-Bucks had it. And then one day Ryan got a computer, and the rest for us on iRacing is pretty much history.
Yeah, it seemed like once I got one, the dominoes started falling pretty quick. And then you had, Jacket, you had yourself, you have Mayo who got one, Lurkin, just so many. Tommy, of course, coming over. Twisted Navy. I know Seth's looking really hard at trying to get, something set up. Tri-Strand's over there now. SKD, Stitch. I mean, it's incredible. It just seems like after that one, which I hate to say it was me because I feel like I'm responsible for all their financial
Woes.
woes, and you got to eat ramen noodles every night now. But man, it was awesome. We didn't even think that we would really start anything on iRacing probably until 2022, just because of the lack of people we had in it. But man, it happened quick, and we've already got one season under our belts in both truck and cup, and getting ready for season 2 in a few weeks. So really cool. And we got more people, trying to find a Profit. Forgot about Profit. He's over here on iRacing now. So, and I'm sure I'm probably forgetting some people. DP, don't take offense. It's just a lot of people just suddenly bought computers, and man, it's been a blast racing with all the Heat guys, as well as some guys that were on iRacing the whole time. Obviously Cody, Jeremy Brialt, really, really fast. I know he runs on some Heat leagues as well. A lot of my kinfolk, Daniel, Kobe, Samuel Roberts, my uncle Tracy, all kind of getting into it at the same time, or getting back into it. So I really love this segment. We'll definitely keep this thing going. But that's really all I have, DP. I'll let you throw in your last words, and we'll get ready to start practicing at Darlington.
Yeah, the only thing I can say is tonight, 8 o'clock, Monday Night Lightning, live on Rebels Racing Network for a title. You do not want to miss this. Cody Pennell has been really dominant, but you got Trey Kirk in there, a whole bunch of other guys that have a really good shot at winning this race, and a few guys that have a shot at a championship, so you do not want to miss this.
Yeah, and DP, the internet's hitting on all cylinders tonight over here in the ARCS RTP household, so we're going to get that number 12 car on the track. I'm going to take it a little easy. I haven't had as much practice as I really would like to. This track is really, really tough. Davy Jones, that's another one I forgot. He's over on iRacing. I'm just going to keep remembering names because there's so many people, DP, that have made that jump to this simulation. So it's great to see all these guys. But that's going to about do it for me. DP, you good? You got anything? Are you ready to jump up into the race control booth and give out some penalties?
Yeah, it sounds like another podcast is come and gone, but I am ready to do some race watching tonight. I'm looking for it all, and I think that Darlington is going to bring it all, especially to the fans, so they don't want to miss out.
Absolutely. So again, you can catch the action on Rebels Racing Network at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is going to be a great race. Make sure you tune in. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers. Tune in. They're not going to be disappointed tonight. That is for sure. It's a tough track, but that'll do it for us. Another podcast done. You'll see some Dover racing tomorrow night here on this channel. I'm sure SKD and DP probably will have that call. I'll probably be either race control or running that race, so we look forward to that. But that's going to do it for us here tonight. Until we see you